Hello and welcome to Story Artist. Today I have a pretty exciting announcement to make. But before that, I just want to remind you to subscribe to my channel if you want to hear amazing interviews with industry professionals and tips on creativity and storytelling. Subscribe, and if you enjoy the video, don't forget to like it. And here's the announcement. I just published my first non-fiction book. It's called The Business-Minded Creative: How to Live a Fulfilling Creative Life and Make Money. It was something that was on my mind and my heart for a really long time. And this book is just the beginning of what will be, for example, an audiobook, also an exciting video course. I think the video course will be really special because I want to make it unlike anything that's out there, not just a course with talking heads and stuff, but this book, if you're interested in, first of all, if you're a content creator or artist or creative of any kind and you want to transform that into something that brings you money, so you want to make a living from your creativity, it is possible. And how you do this is what I explain in the book. So in this book I have the following structure. So part one is the call to adventure, where I just talk about my own experiences of how I was tired with many things not working out in my creative career. And of course, as creatives, we are always impacted with that, because this is not only our job, in air quotes only, but it's something that comes from our heart and it's part of our being, basically. And if it doesn't work out, if we're at the edge of burnout, if we are overtired, if we don't see it making any difference, it really impacts us on a big level. And I talk about this in this first chapter, about my own experiences and about how they helped me shape what my creative career has become today. And part number two, we're talking about creativity. And this includes finding your creative sweet spot, so what you should be creating and how to focus on this one area where you should be creating. And how to establish a daily creative practice with scientific hacks, practical tips, and so on. Part three is about business. The lies we believe as creatives when it comes to business, and how to establish a creative business around your passion. And then, of course, the creative business plan. This was such a major turning point in my career when I finally wrote this business plan. And in this business plan, we will talk about the overall business vision and strategy, the marketing strategy, and the yearly production plan. And part five is the 3 pillars of a future-proof creative. So how to prepare for the future and what those 3 pillars are. And during launch week, so I think until like Monday, it's out there, the ebook is out there for 99 cents only. The price will only go up from now on. So don't hesitate to get it if you want. If you don't want to read it, but I kind of recommend it because it also has neat graphics I made by hand. But the audiobook is coming and the video course is coming as well. But today I really want to read to you the first part of the book, give you a kind of a taste of it if it's something that you would like and you would enjoy. Let's jump straight into the book reading, and don't forget, this book is out on all the major retailers, not only Amazon. You can get it basically everywhere, and the link is down below in the description box. Part 1, Call to Adventure. Are you tired? My shoe sole clung to the sticky floor of the tram as the automatic door's attempt to close failed yet again. This was the worst night of my life. 14 hours ago, I had stumbled through my front door, sleepy and hazy, to get to my day job. The commute took 2 hours, usually. Now I was on my way back, stuck in that tram, undecided whether to scream at the drunk people blocking the tram door on every single station to Cologne Central, or to just burst out crying. I stood there, taking in the disgusting smell. It was the night of Carnival. Surrounded by a dressed up and hammered crowd, I just wanted to get home. The train I normally boarded, the one that took me straight to my hometown, had stopped on a station somewhere in Cologne. After an hour, the conductor announced we wouldn't be moving, advising to take the tram to the main station. Another hour later, I arrived at Colonia Central, only to wait for an additional 30 minutes and board the exact same train I had left behind on that station in the middle of nowhere. When I arrived in Düsseldorf, I walked over to the platform to wait for yet another train, collapsed in a metal cold seat, and allowed tears to freely stream down my cheeks. I was tired, cold, frustrated. Today I am thankful for that night. It had brought something to the surface that had been sitting inside for a long time. In the past 6 months, I have lived a mere existence. I didn't hate my job. In fact, it was a prestigious position in an advertising agency. I had the privilege to nearly run the whole video department, but I hated the chains it had put on me. I got up early, commuted, sat in the office or did shootings, sometimes even did nothing to just kill time and justify the working hours. Then another 2 hours to return home, grab some dinner and go to bed. I was caught up in a wheel that wouldn't stop turning, and I was lucky to disembark early, thanks to this fateful, devastating night that threw me over the edge. I quit my day job the next day. Maybe you're not that lucky. Maybe you've pondered about quitting for years, but your commute only takes 30 minutes. The office is pleasant and has free coffee, and the pay is good. You've had a raise or two, are hoping for a higher position. If you quit now, was all of this for nothing? All these years wasted? Most who get to pursue their artistic dreams are thrown into it with a lucky punch. Madonna lost her job at Dunkin' Donuts. Robert Redford was found asleep at Standard Oil and smashed several glasses before he was let go. And J.K. Rowling was fired from her job as a secretary. Sometimes, the minor comforts and the enormous time span we've been in the job forced upon us become our chains. Just another year until I can save up a little. The kids will go to college soon. The boss promised me a raise if I keep up the excellent work. Or maybe you find yourself at the other end of the spectrum, the one I found myself in 3 years later, when I called my husband and uttered the words, "I'm tired of living this way." It was a frosty autumn morning. Drizzling rain, dark gray clouds, and a chilly wind that made an unsettling sound around our windows. My husband was on a short lunch break while we talked on the phone. My 1-year-old daughter was running circles around me. I stared at our bank balance. A huge debt stared back at me, like a familiar house guest bidding its greetings. As usual, I was in a hurry. Drop off my toddler at daycare to start writing novel number 4. But writing was not on my radar. It felt forced. Have I ever loved it? When scraping money for groceries, creating seems redundant. I'm tired of living this way. This was what I had said to him. My husband didn't reply, but he too knew that something had to change, that I was on the edge of giving up. As you've probably already guessed, I quit my day job to start a life as a vigilante. Fresh meat on the savannah of freelancers. I set out to write novels while working as a freelance filmmaker, married, had a beautiful baby daughter, and was tired as hell from doing and being everything. A filmmaker, writer, podcaster, YouTuber. As a film school graduate, it was my duty to be on YouTube, right? Blogger, mom, homemaker, wife, and honorary local musical director. On top of all that, there was always too much month left at the end of the salary. I was tired of my parents urging me to get a proper job, because after all I had a master's degree. I was tired of not being able to afford vacations and time off because as a freelancer, none of those get paid. I'm tired of living this way. Whatever the situation you find yourself in professionally, if this is what the small voice inside of you whispers in your quiet moments or when the stress of everyday life abounds, I've been there. I know exactly what you're feeling. A sense of fear, shadow of hopelessness, burnout, depression, or just this notion that something is off, that you've buried your dreams somewhere deep and reality just won't allow them to the surface. Something needs to change, but how? This is what this book is about. Consider it an entertaining and highly practical instruction manual to live the life of your creative dreams. It is possible, just not in the way you think. And I hope this change will begin with this book, like mine began with a fateful conversation that altered my creative path forever. A conversation with Joanna Pan. And I hope I teased you a little with this book. If you enjoyed it so far, believe me, you will enjoy it even more. Get it on your favorite retailer. In print, it's for now only available on Amazon, but I will work on having it on print everywhere else. It's also available in your online libraries, so make sure to request it from there if you want to. And the link to get it is below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I see you next time.